Once upon a time, once again, there lived a man named Fool. Named such because it was the moniker now tattooed on his forehead for continuing to play the simple minded fool. When we last left Fool, he was leaving his abode with Biz, and all the townspeople had given up on him. They had decided a fool must make his own mistakes, whether he sinks or swims. And of course, as the townspeople feared, they were unfortunately correct in their assessment. Fool finally left Biz to begin his new journey in search of love, devotion, and encouragement. On his quest, he traveled from foreign land to foreign land, searching for his counterpart. Italy, Somalia, Mexico, Ukraine, Portugal, Canada, and of course, New Jersey, seeking one that may amend his broken heart. Each endeavor representing a fresh start, a relationship he could kickstart, a possible sweetheart who paid as close attention to love, loyalty, and happiness as the fool's bleeding heart's flowchart. When Fool returned to the village after his long journey around the world, the townspeople were saddened that Fool did not return with a brand new girl. For the people knew full well that Fool deserved love more than anyone. For Fool not only wore his heart on his sleeve, he also loved and respected everyone. One day, Blaken, the town's mystical warlock, came to visit Fool in his abode.
Hello, fool. I have sat and watched you travel from postal code to holes in different area codes, episode after episode of your wonderful dedication overload, even while in church mode, only to see your love erode as you were surrounded by people and circumstances that would cause any person to explode. Instead, fool, you chose to implode, took a year off from humanity's main road, took a side road and ended up on the Underground Railroad. Now, fool, I will send you myself on your next misadventure. For the lesson you need to learn will be what you most desire, a joint venture. The land of Nagrom is where you shall proceed next. This land will cultivate every ex, every woman that was a project. Your love of everyone will prove to be complex. It will have you perplexed, in respects to the effects that will leave you vexed.
A very confused Fool left feeling Blaken had possibly hexed him into a love vortex. As Fool got to his chariot, about to leave his village, an overwhelming, very unfamiliar feeling of confidence filled his body. He raced into his abode and rushed to the mirror as he looked intently to begin to see his form change into every other man that over the years he wanted to embody. His hair changed, his height changed, his abs changed. His entire was a debonair. "What is this?" he exclaimed. "I am the definition of savoir faire." A yellow hue of confidence could be seen around his body like Bruce Leroy when he got that glow. Fool jumped out of the door with a crossbow and banjo in tow, fled to the land of Nagrom where he would stand outside of his love's chateau. "My love, I am here, look at me in all my splendor. I am slender, my hair soft and tender. Finally, I am a worthy suitor and contender, and only to your love do I surrender."
But who are you?
She said with delight, rushing down from her balcony, standing under the flicker of the moonlight. Fool made his move forward with speed, brushed his arm against the wall, and lifted her chin. "Listen, woman, to this you must pay heed. I have swam through shark-infested waters, braved jungles, and conquered mountains to get here this hour, to dive headfirst into your flower and devour everything you empower."
But who are you?
She said again, this time stroking his ripped abdomen up and down.
You have the tattoo of the fool and not a king's crown. You speak of devouring my flower, yet you wield no real power. You want to deflower my flower when you possess nil superpower.
Fool took a step back with a puzzled look on his face, tilted head and a squint. She continued,
Fool, I may have played coy, but I know of every conquest and stint. Every woman you have attempted to put your stamp on and imprint. We have all watched you get upset, ridiculed, berated, and mocked beyond belief, and continue to further your anguish with no hope or relief. We did not do this to be, as you say, emotionless and cruel. We needed you to see why you wore the tattoo cone cap from your corner stool. Fool, you were told once before.
He was called Fool until the name began to represent his intellect.
And you kept going, fool, never listening to those that attempted to correct. How you never elected to protect your own neck? You chose to deflect every piece of advice through scrutiny and distress. You see, fool, you will never get what you most desire until you realize once and for all. These women are just a crutch to the truth that stops you from standing strong and tall. The women in your life should be the bonus, not the end all be all. The pressure you put on the women in your life could break the toughest weight-bearing wall. You have to find happiness within yourself, fool, before you even think about adding another entity. How can you profess your undenying devotion when you haven't even found your own identity. Then and only then can you kiss, hug, make love to someone breathlessly with clarity.
Fool fell to his knees and expressed, "So all this time I've been living a lie?"
No, fool, you have not been living a lie, but you have been living life under a false disguise. The gift that you did not see when Blaken bestowed upon what you most desire was to remove the tattoo, but you were blinded once again because of what you wanted to acquire. You only saw the good in the things that you craved, not realizing that to those things you became enslaved. No matter how well behaved you were, they only left you dazed, running in place trying to escape the maze walls you yourself raised. But fool, no one may flee this labyrinth unscathed.
There is one place that you have not looked, and it is there, only there, that you shall find the Master.